Did you
بس
know
عشان
I used to have an
نخلص
office near the
المشن.
top of mast? How far the mighty have fallen, eh?
Having a good one?
الأكسجين خلص بسرعة هنا.
I feel under breath. Can you imagine how many credits flow through this place? Figuratively,
Listen, I have a lot
of
on my plate right now, and you don't look like a new hire stumbling through their first day. Who exactly are you? Constellation, as in the elusive and mysterious constellation. Oh, wow. I used to read stories about you guys when I was a kid. Wow. Oh, this is perfect. Kismet, really. I have a business proposition for you that could help us both out. Very lucrative.
بنجمع
In a
الديون.
literal shack. We don't want him dead. We
We don't want him dead.
don't want him hurt.
Okay, let's collect.
I'll send over all the details.
Decided to take a break from exploring to collect some debts? Not exactly constellation-worthy pastime, but I'll follow your lead.
I hate to end on this note, but you know, not ever. If you cut a deal with Dieter, honestly, I have no. But don't expect any more jobs for me.
جمع شوية ديون. اوه كوكب جديد ذا.
We got you now.
اوه حرب.
Wrong place, wrong time. Shit. Command it. Leave it. Yeah, right. Scanning. Damn it. Spin up the drive.
ايه اقمط انت وياه يلا.
We're
يلا.
sorry. Faster. Please, please, don't kill me. Thank you.
على ام القوة يا شيخ، والله المركبة هذه لحالها مسوية قروشة لهم. بس من يشوفونها ما انتس يفقع.
Let's put this bird on the ground.
انهيت المحادثة بس عشان ابي يطلع. وناشف في الباب كانوا سبب لي الصداع. والله فيها من دستني يعني. بس لو يحطون لنا مركبة عشان ما نقعد نركض كذا، مركبة أرضية. خل داخل بيتي.
Yes? What?
كنا نتكلم.
You went to a lot of effort to find me. Goddamn Gallbank. Will they ever give up? I'm gonna give you one chance. Otherwise, it's not gonna end well for you, my friend. Why the hell would I do? The only one gonna get hurt here is you. This isn't getting us anywhere.
جدك.
Hey.
Yes.
I'm not. All right. Took me ages to
ادفع
collect this,
الفلوس.
but I just want a decent night's sleep. And here, debt repaid. Now get the hell out of here.
ادفع الفلوس. انا بعت بيتي عشان ما قاعد اسدد للبنك. الو مستر بنك جاي.
Together we can really make a difference. My favorite credit analyst is back. You got Mr. Maliki to pay up alive. My superiors are thrilled.
I did my part, now yours.
Absolutely. Listen, I'm really feeling this working together, aren't you? So if you want another delinquent, let me know. We'll keep this going. But here is your well-deserved finder's fee.
كم
I
عطاني؟
threw in a little extra for handling it well.
اوه 4300. اشو اني ما اخترت النقاط حقت البيع والشراء ذيك بالتطوير. والله كويس ذا حق البنك. ايزي ماني. كم معنا؟ 72000 صار. غني اطور البايلوت عشان بعد اخذ لي شب افضل. وش المشن اللي عندنا الحين طيب؟ speak with Jeff هذا. ما في شيء بيصير يعني؟ لا. اقدر اسوي سكان للكوكب. يب. ايش فيه؟ اوه والله هذا في بلاوي. لاند. في موارد بس شكلها مرة يعني شكلها نادر هذا الموارد. وش المكان هذا؟ كأنه سيتي هذه مو. اوه والله فخم شكله المكان. دقيقة. راديوس وين هو؟ وين راح اللي تو؟ هذا الفندق يذكرني ب شو اسمه ديد ايلاند. الفندق اللي في ديد ايلاند. وين الاخ اللي هنا حق المسؤول الطيارات؟ تعال نشوف ايش عندك. هذاك ولا هذا؟ اي هذاك.
Mr. Tofik, I am aware that this is your 8th visit to our resort.
I noticed you arrived
محمد اسمه.
shortly after I did. Something's been bothering me, and I've been dying to ask another guest. They told us there was a very active meteor shower, which is why we had to divert our flight path coming in for our landing. But I haven't seen a single shooting star since I've been here. That's weird, right? Oh, that's fair. I'll just have to ask around. The view coming in is so beautiful. You should really take the shuttle here sometime. Unless, of course, they've done away with that flight path for some reason. I sure hope not. Anyway, enjoy your stay.
Your repeat patronage is much appreciated. Is there any assistance I may offer you today? This is your first time here. This is your first time here.
واحد تكلم. ايش فيكم انتم هنود كلكم تتكلمون مع بعض تسكتون مع بعض؟ ايش هذول؟
This is your first time here.
Paradiso security is only here for you. Don't worry about us. We're just here to keep. Hope you're staying safe out there.
I'm gonna stay safe.
It may be paradise, but that doesn't mean we don't run into trouble from time to time.
Hello, Mr.
Welcome to
عسكري.
Paradiso. Jiro Tsukiyama at your service. Do you have a security concern, or is there something else I can help you with?
والله اني ما ادري ليش جاي هنا بس خلني اقرا واعلمك. I'm here about the distress call you sent.
Ah, yes, of course. I'm glad you came. As you can imagine, we're in a bit of a predicament. Under normal circumstances, we would not enlist outside help in this manner. But this is a matter we can't afford to worry our guests about.
Okay.
As such, we need to handle this discreetly. Failure on your part to do so could have severe consequences. So, before we proceed, can you swear not to discuss this with anyone else unless explicitly directed to do so?
يس بس بعلم سارة يعني. لو ارد عليه الرد هذا اخاف يزبد لي. خلني ارد عليها كذا خليه يزبد لي. خلينا نشوف.
I understand you're eager to get into it, but if you're unwilling to take this seriously, I can foresee
والله اني داري انه بيعصب.
problems. Not too long ago, a strange and enormous ship appeared in Parima space. It is now locked in orbit around our planet. So far.
اوكي. والله هذا الكوكب فيه سوالف. خاف يسوي لي نفس هذاك الكريمسون فليت. كذبت عليه عشان اهبط. وين هو هذا هنا؟ جمب جراف جمب.
Switching over to standard engines.
هذا الهدف. كيف اسوي كوميونيكيت معهم؟ ما اقدر اسولف معه. كيف؟ جرب ذاك.
Lack of love.
بورد.
Remain calm.
Weapon ready.
You're human.
Human. Of course I'm a human. I take it. We're expecting someone else.
It's just that we weren't expecting to find life, let alone human life out here. We thought we were the only ones to leave Earth.
Imagine being cut off from humankind for that long. How terribly frightening that would be.
Perhaps we should greet our guests.
Of course. Manners. I'm Captain Diana Brackenridge. This is Security Officer Bomani Reader. And this is Dr. Mabuti da Costa, one of our elders.
A pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I see. As you may have presumed, we're in a bit of a bind. Our ship has finally completed its near 200-year journey from Earth, only to find our new home seemingly colonized by, well, we don't know. Communications haven't been successful, so your arrival is fortuitous. Perhaps you'd be willing to act as a middle person between ourselves and the others.
كثر الخيارات.
We're not entirely sure. Our engineers believe it's possible our technology just isn't compatible with theirs. All we hear when using them to communicate with anyone is a bunch of disturbing noise.
عشان كذا ما قدروا يتواصلون مع ذلك السكرتي اللي ارسلوني.
Well, the short answer is we didn't. It's a generation ship, which is to say that most of us lived long, happy lives on board and passed our mission down to our children. It was never intended that the original crew would make it to our destination, though...
Okay, too much information أنا أبي أسمع هذه. So you know about the people on the surface?
We do. Well, sort of. We saw structures using our surveying equipment. We've also seen the various ships pass us by. Some even seemed to want to communicate, but couldn't. Of course, we had no idea that they were being piloted by other humans. Ah, your question confirms one of our recent theories. It would seem that some form of faster-than-light travel or space-bending technology was invented. That would explain why we would find people this far out into space. I guess technology leapfrogged us at some point. Interesting. I can only imagine that our predecessors didn't believe the technology would ever work, and so They made the decision to leave when they
تكنولوجيا
did.
شغالة بس انتم عالقين في المكان هذا، ما رحتوا مجرات ثانية.
Of course, we know that now. Human or not, we were still unable to communicate our intentions. As soon as we discovered them, we fully expect... Now then, please follow me. There's much to discuss first. We'll speak more on the matter once we reach the bridge. Dr. DaCosta, you may return to your quarters if you wish.
Thank you, Captain.
I will follow you to the bridge, ma'am.
اوكي توقعت في فايت انا بس.
I do not believe we have need to fear our guest, but I'll allow it if you insist.
We've got strict
42% مسوي سكان للمجرة هذه.
but they're strict for a reason.
In the early 2100s, my ancestor, Brackenridge, researched a number of scientific scenarios: climate change, asteroid impact, nuclear war, global pandemic, and more. Each scenario showed
باقي ما سويتي ريسيرش عجب.
level event to be within 50 years. He fully believed Earth was destined to be rendered uninhabitable. We've always assumed that's what happened. So, he gathered the best and brightest he could find, built the Constant, and set a course for this planet here. We were told that it was the largest, most advanced ship ever constructed on Earth at the time. If you can believe, entire generations have been born, lived, and died on this ship. It really goes to show that there are no limits to human ingenuity and perseverance.
امشي.
Careful waving that fancy gun around. We don't need to see what it can do.
اكيد ما تبين تشوفين شو يسوي.
Never seen a ship like yours before.
ولا راح تشوف.
Here we are. Let's talk.
Any ships before you arrived.
We didn't believe anyone would be out here, but I'm glad for it. I think I'm coming up on 6 years now. I was only a teenager when my father died, passing command of the ship to me, as is tradition. Because of that, I've had to sort of learn as I go along
عاداتهم
instead of
تقاليدهم.
taking years of study and apprenticeship under
200
the
سنة
prior
قاعدين
captain. I think some people on the ship resent me for not having the
طلعون
level of
generation هنا.
experience as my predecessors. But at the same time, without my command, we likely wouldn't have made it here so quick. Well, as I mentioned, we've been unsuccessful in communications with anyone up until you arrived, though not for lack of trying. But since you're asking, maybe you'd be willing to be a sort of diplomat between us and them as we attempt to resolve our situation. Does that sound agreeable to you?
Thank you, Mario, for the follow.
So they have a name. Paradiso. And it sounds promising that they sent you here to speak with us. You see, we intended to settle here, but we assumed that they intend to defend their claim given their presence here. We'd like you to go speak to them on our behalf and help us negotiate a
Thank you, I really appreciate it.
One that favors us. Yes, of course. But we need to start from a firm position and state our goal. If need be, we can compromise, work out a mutually beneficial deal or some such, but initially I'd like you to be firm with them and convince them to leave the planet to us. Let me know how they respond, and we'll go from there.
Oh, greedy. No promises.
Now, it makes little sense to give up before you try. Thank you, and good luck.
Just because our equipment's old doesn't mean it won't work to take down troublemakers.
Nice information. جرافيتي قوية هنا. Yep, the gravity is too strong. It's like Earth.
It's beautiful out there, isn't it?
No.
Enjoy your stay, knowing you're in our capable hands.
Oh, this looks like a lovely place for a stay. Might also...
Excuse me, you can't just waltz in there. Do you have an appointment? Oh, you're the one they're waiting for then. Do you need anything else from me before you meet with the board?
No.
Sure. Have fun in the shark tank. And don't worry, even they call it that.
I just wish the main character can talk.
I just feel that we should be focusing on the natural beauty of
I didn't realize TV was letting people in here. We, the Paradiso Group, bought the rights to this planet years ago with the intent of turning it into the biggest and best resort in the universe. To that end, I'd say we've succeeded. As such, no other leisure enterprises may operate on the planet without renting land from us. But as you can see, none can afford such a deal.
I operate this.
Not quite. We just don't answer to the Freestar Collective or the United Colonies. Makes things easier. We don't pay any taxes, we don't need to follow their laws. All the benefits, none of the drawbacks. And no one minds because half the politicians and other big shots love vacationing here. Works for everyone. No, of course not. There's several more. We're just the ones who show up day to day. The others spend their time lazing on the beach or gallivanting. Doesn't bother me though. Less cooks. I am. And you must be the diplomat Giro told me about. Welcome, welcome. Normally I'd offer you an all-inclusive stay at our resort before we spoke. But given the circumstances, I'm going to cut to the chase. We've got our friends, the aliens, up there causing all sorts of problems for our resort. You like that? The marketing team came up with it. The thought is, if we can't get rid of them, it might actually attract more tourism. Come see the aliens!
What aliens?
Well, that's something. Shame we can't just tell them kindly to bugger off. Something tells me that's not going to work. Now, tell me, what are we going to do about it? Give me some proposals, people. I need something to work with here.
We could offer to resettle them here. There's more than enough space.
They could stay here, temporarily, but it'll cost them. Quite a bit, too. They'd need to work off all their debts before being allowed to leave.
Maybe not. What if we help them get out of here? Outfit their ship with a grav drive so they can find a new home. We could even lend our engineers to help and give their captain an updated
I like this guy.
What do you think?
Sounds costly. We can't absorb that cost, and it's unlikely they even
I
have
don't like
compatible
this one.
currency, let alone enough for the transaction. Someone else would have to foot the bill.
Oh, I swear this would be a lot easier if they ceased to exist entirely. Anyway, Seema's got the right idea. Either works for me. Just tell me what you want to do.
الناس هذولي كذا يبون ما حد يتدخل فيهم، وهذولي يبون ذوليك يدفعون عشان يقعدوا ما
We operate outside of the Free Stars only, you see, partially because we don't want anyone else meddling in our affairs. And we'd rather not draw attention to it. As I've mentioned, it could be bad for business. We'd much rather settle this independently. It's not our responsibility to bear the brunt of that cost. We're being more than generous by offering the use of our engineering team to help install it. A custom grav drive can't come cheap, and I assume they have neither the monetary means nor the connections to get a hold of that kind of technology. That leaves the only other party in this negotiation. You. I have no idea, because I'm not suggesting anything of the sort. But it's a wonder that old ship made it all the way here in such a relatively short time. Must have really been pushing themselves. An engineer friend of mine told me once that the reactors on those old ships have a tendency to self-destruct if they overload. Of course, their engineers must have taken great care not to push it too far. Someone would likely have to override the safety.
Don't even think for one moment that this would be acceptable behavior. You can't just blow up their ship. That's insane.
شوف the way, the face, man. Okay, I'll buy it.
Ah, good on you. You want to see a man named Benny St. James over at Hope Tech. He's the best in the business. If anyone can retrofit a 200-year-old ship with a modern grav drive, it'd be him. We'll coordinate our engineering team with his when you return, though you may have to help the Constance engineers prepare for it on their end. Good luck.
I know this was a difficult decision, but if it's any consolation, I think you've made the right choice.
Thank you,
Compared
Sarah.
to the destruction of their vessel and relegating them to a life of servitude, I'd say this is the best chance they've got.
أي شيء صار توافق عليه أنا موافق
On behalf of
عليه.
the Paradiso Group,
لأنه معي من
we
البداية.
appreciate your help.
There are millions of planets out there. People
Okay.
can go to any one of them.
Landing struts primed. Retros firing.
I don't want to hear any complaints.
What?
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Yes.
Passport here.
Yes.
This is such a long shot.
All right, Adela. Deep breath. Oh, God. I'm just great. Grand, really. When I signed on to be a freight captain, I was expecting long hours and dull routes. And now I'm a hair away from being executed. Or worse.
Wow.
You
It is
get
the
it,
story
then.
of my life.
So I just got assigned to the Markab. The first shipment, slag steel. Nothing special. As soon as I left Neon and got scanned, things got crazy. Spacers, Freestar
Crazy.
security, the works. Everyone demanding I power down, hand over the contraband, or sometimes just firing first.
What's going on with her?
I skipped the system, ditched the cargo, and have been running ever since.
That's really terrible.
I don't know. I was just flying for my life. But some bad people want it. I'm getting to that part. Sorry. A tracker just landed and I just know he's hunting a bounty. Me. But the trick is, everyone knows the ship. But my info isn't in the database yet. All they
Okay.
got is my last name, Fahim. So
Fahim.
if you go into the pit stop and claim you're Captain Fahim of the Markab, maybe you can deal with the tracker?
Sound Egyptian. I guess I'm Captain Fahim then. Oh no. I guess I'm Captain
You
Fahim.
are the best! This slate has everything they know about me. It's not much. He's the one with the cowboy hat. Just stay safe. Thank you.
I remember meeting Ron Hope once. Idealistic and perhaps a bit of a dreamer. Good work. Not only are we getting... Goodbye.
That wouldn't work. Oh, hello. I'm not used to people. Sure, that sounds like me. What can I do for you? I'm a little busy, but I think I could spare some time.
I'm a little busy.
Ah, so that's what this is. Oliver Campbell told me to expect you. His courier just left. Didn't say you'd be so rude about it. But I guess that's the kind of company Oliver keeps. I did
I'm
some
not rude, you are
research
rude.
just from
You
that
said you
area,
are busy and
so I
I'm
have
busy
a
too.
decent enough idea of what we need to do. So grab drives didn't really take off until after the ship was built. But I've got access to an ancient grav drive that looks like it could be compatible. With some minor adjustments. It's in good shape too. Parts not cheap though. Neither is the labor. Just pay the combined cost of parts and labor and it's yours.
$40,000? Why?
It's a pretty big ask, given how rare these old grav drives are.
Option you have old part, long, okay.
True. I keep telling myself I'm holding on to it for the right time. Perhaps this is... Tell you what. Sounds like this is for a good cause. While I can't give you the pod for free, I won't charge you for the work.
25. I'll do 25.
You're darn right it is. I'll get to work on it right away. I recommend you go back to the ship and ask the captain to prepare for its retrofit. Standard stuff. I'm sure they have an engineer on board to help. We'll send the part along when it's ready and install it with the help of Oliver's people. Pleasure working with you.
Nice, nice.
Green lights on outer hatch. We're docked.
روح نقول لهم ان شرينا لكم ماكينة 25,000.
I was hoping you'd talk to a visitor from outer space, and here you are! Welcome, welcome! I have a million burning questions, but I won't overwhelm you. There will be plenty of time for that later. Please, indulge me just a couple. How did you do it? Did humanity finally discover faster-than-light travel and eclipse our poor old ship? First thing I need you to do is reroute the power from the port turbo pump to the auxiliary. Then, turn the plasma runoff inhibitor. Last, got it?
Okay, yes. Oh. Acquire key. Should I do that? Engineering. From the port. Okay. Then 5% you said, right? Yes. 5%.
I wonder what else is happening.
5%.
I've lived my entire life in the constant.
This one. Easy. No, my brain starts working.
Looks like everything is good to go on both your end and mine.
Overload the reactor. Speak with Captain.
Thanks. We've got strict rules around
Now,
here.
I have to say, with technology this outdated, I'm amazed this vessel is able to navigate at all.
Well, it would
It's almost
appear
like
we have
walking
the
through a
means to
museum.
go nearly anywhere now, thanks to you. The engineers even upgraded our communications equipment so we can speak with passing ships. Turns out it was a pretty easy fix. Thank you again for all you've done.
No problem.
Payment. I hope that's not all you care about.
It is what I care about.
I suppose.
Just paid 25k.
Still, you did help us. We don't have much to spare, but I'm sure we can find some way of repaying you.
Oh, nice, nice. Some weapons, nice.